trust in me.
The 33-year-old woman was allegedly stabbed to death in a home here in Elgin by her husband just weeks before their divorce was set to be finalized.
Man is charged following a deadly stabbing from this weekend. Police say 36-year-old Pierre French stabbed Dreana Booker multiple times with a knife.
I want justice for my baby, you know. Everything gonna be, we putting it in God's hands as well. And Lord have mercy.
On December 7, 2024, a 33-year-old woman from Elgin, Illinois, who was fatally stabbed her estranged husband, 36-year-old, was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in connection with her death.
So French now faces first-degree murder charges, and he is due back in court on Wednesday.
The incident occurred around 1 a.m. in the 700 block of Bluff City Boulevard, where police found Booker deceased with multiple stab wounds. French was taken into custody shortly thereafter. This is the story of Dreana Booker, a devoted mother to 6 beautiful children, who was brutally stabbed to death by someone she once trusted. Dreana had been in a relationship with Pierre Jade French, but their union had ended in 2015. Despite their separation, turmoil persisted between them. In May 2024, Dreana filed for a protection order against Pierre, signaling a deep concern for her safety. When police discovered Dreana's lifeless body, she had been fatally stabbed multiple times. Shockingly, Pierre was found nearby, holding a large butcher knife. This chilling detail left investigators and the public questioning. Was Pierre attempting to fend off someone else who had attacked his estranged wife, or was he the one responsible for this heinous act? Before we begin the story, we want to extend our deepest condolences to the friends and loved ones of Dreana Booker. This unimaginable loss has left a void that can never be filled, and our thoughts are with all those who knew and cherished her during this difficult time. This story will be taking us to the Elgin, Illinois, a diverse and vibrant city nestled along the Fox River, just outside of Chicago. Known for its rich history, flourishing arts scene, and tight-knit community, Elgin has long been considered a safe and affordable place to live. The city boasts a crime rate below the national average, with steady declines over the past decade. Yet, even in one of the safest cities in the United States, a brutal crime like this shatters the community's sense of security, leaving residents grappling with the unthinkable. Dreana D. Booker, a 33-year-old woman originally from Detroit, Michigan, had made a life for herself in Elgin, Illinois. She worked at Walmart and was a proud mother of 6 children. Dreana cherished her kids deeply, finding joy and purpose in raising them. Despite facing judgment from others for having a large family, Dreana refused to let negativity dampen her spirit. Instead, she openly expressed her love for her children on social media, describing them as the source of her happiness. Her posts often included heartfelt messages and videos showing her laughing, dancing, and creating precious memories with her kids. The bond between Dreana and her children was undeniably strong and filled with love. By the way, we post true crime stories and strange cases. If this interests you, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support means a lot and helps us continue sharing this content. Dreana was married to Pierre Jade French, a 36-year-old school bus driver and the father of all 6 of her children, whose ages ranged from 1 to 14. The couple tied the knot in 2011 and were often seen as a beautiful and loving pair, even though the challenges of raising a large family tested their relationship. Despite the hurdles, they found ways to make their marriage work, taking breaks when needed and cherishing the moments they could spend together. Dreana often shared their love story on social media, posting pictures and captions that spoke of their connection. In one post, she wrote, "The love of my life turned into my baby daddy and then into my husband. He promised to love me for the rest of his life." Their online presence reflected a life filled with affection and commitment. However, in 2015, Dreana decided to end the relationship. While the reasons for their separation remained private, some of her social media posts hinted at personal struggles. Yet, despite their breakup, their story didn't end there. They reconciled later, and Dreana became pregnant with their 6th child. The couple seemed to find joy in their reunion, sharing videos of themselves dancing together during her pregnancy, celebrating the life they were bringing into the world. Dreana's journey was one of resilience, love, and a relentless devotion to her family, even amid the complexities of life and relationships. Dreana Booker's social media told a story of unwavering maternal love. Even as her personal life grew complicated, she continued posting touching messages about her children, especially around the time her youngest came into the world. But by the time in May 2024, she had reached her breaking point and filed for divorce from Pierre Jade French, hoping to turn a new page in her life. This brought no peace though. With fear growing in her heart, Dreana took the brave step of requesting an emergency protective order against French in July. Her application painted a frightening picture of a man consumed by rage and jealousy, particularly over her male friend. She described how French's behavior had spiraled from shouting matches to chilling threats against her friend, and even secretly copying her house key on Bluff City Boulevard. Things got so bad that in just 1 week, she found herself dialing 911 4 separate times, her trembling fingers reaching for the phone whenever his confrontational outbursts became too much to bear. The emergency protection order, initially granted for 2 weeks, was not extended. In August, Dreana withdrew her request for a longer-lasting plenary order after she and French signed a court-approved agreement in their divorce case. The agreement stipulated mutual respect and a commitment to stay out of each other's residences without permission. Unfortunately, this fragile truce would not hold. French's obsessive jealousy and inability to accept the end of their relationship ultimately led to a tragic conclusion. On December 8, 2024, Elgin police officers responded to a 911 call at around 1 a.m. They discovered Dreana's lifeless body, stabbed multiple times. French was taken into custody without resistance. The horrifying truth came straight from French's own lips during his 911 call, when he confessed to losing control and stabbing Dreana in a moment of blind rage. When police arrived, they discovered him still clutching a butcher knife stained with what appeared to be blood. The official court documents, detailed in Judge Sandra Parga's report, revealed an even darker picture. French had violently crashed his car into another man's vehicle, and officers found yet another knife lying ominously on his passenger seat.
The 33-year-old woman was allegedly stabbed to death in a home here in Elgin by her husband, just weeks before their divorce was set to be finalized.
Dreana's story serves as a heartbreaking reminder of how deadly domestic violence can become when jealousy takes over. She did everything right, sought legal protection, called for help, tried to shield her children, but in the end, couldn't escape someone who refused to accept her choice to build a new life. The raw pain of loss echoes in her family's words. She meant a lot, shared her niece Zani Scott, her voice thick with emotion. She was a real inspirational person.
We spoke to the family of Dreana Booker tonight, who tell us that they're trying to rely on their faith to get through this tragedy.
Dreana's brother, Thomas Mitchell, spoke through his grief, his words capturing their family's yearning for closure. "We want justice for my baby. Everything else we're putting in God's hands. Lord have mercy."
We want justice for my baby, you know. Everything we putting it in God's hands as well. And Lord have mercy.
French was booked into the C County Jail, where he remains in custody as his case progresses. This devastating incident has tragically claimed the life of a mother of 6, all because someone could not control their anger. These 6 children will now face a future without their biological mother, and it's likely their father will be incarcerated for a very long time. The ripple effects of such actions are immeasurable, and the consequences are never worth the pain they cause. Our hearts go out to the family and friends of Dreana Booker during this incredibly difficult time. We extend our sincere condolences to her loved ones.
Her kids meant the world to her. Like, nobody could take her kids away from her, and we gonna forever have her kids every day.
Got God in her life,
Yeah.
and they my strength, and I'm their strength.
She meant a lot. She was a real inspiration person. She meant like the world, because she the one that inspired me to start all my braids and do my own hair. And she always reminded me you're so pretty.
May Dreana's soul rest in peace, and may her memory serve as a blessing for her family and all who had the privilege of knowing her. Let Dreana's life and tragic death be a catalyst for change, an inspiration to seek justice and to work toward stronger protections for survivors of domestic abuse. Please take care of yourselves and stay vigilant. In early June 2022, a man called 911, reporting that he and his wife had shot each other. Upon arrival, police found his wife deceased from multiple gunshot wounds to the head, and he was critically injured with a gunshot wound to the chest, at their home in the 4600 block of Wheatland Drive, in northwest Fort Worth. He was transported to the hospital but succumbed to his injuries 10 days later. Both deaths were ruled homicides. This is the story of a 30-year-old husband, Jessic Dewan Lacey, and a 39-year-old wife, Shannon Michelle Lacey, a devoted mother of 3. This tragic case has left many unsettling questions in its wake. Why would a couple that appeared to love each other resort to such violence? Where did the weapon come from, and where were the children while all of this was happening? Shannon Michelle Lacey was originally from Lawton, Oklahoma. Her family relocated to Texas in the 1990s, and Shannon eventually settled in Fort Worth. She was a woman of many talents and responsibilities, balancing two demanding jobs to make ends meet. Shannon worked as an SE executive administrator at a security guard service and as a registered dental assistant at South Texas Dental. Despite her packed schedule, she managed to handle her work and personal life with remarkable grace. Shannon's love life seemed equally fulfilling. She dated and eventually married Jessic Lacey, a 30-year-old man with big aspirations. The couple had been together for some time before officially tying the knot in December 2020, starting what appeared to be a picture-perfect chapter in their lives. Amidst her busy life, Shannon's favorite role was being a mother. She had 3 wonderful children from a previous relationship and took immense pride in caring for them. On social media, Shannon frequently shared heartfelt posts about her kids and her husband, showcasing what seemed to be a happy and loving family. They looked like they had it all, making the events that unfolded even more tragic and perplexing. Jessic wasn't just Shannon's husband, he was also her biggest supporter. A passionate singer-songwriter, Jessic was part of a music duo called R2J, performing in the Fort Worth area. One of his songs, CP Love, didn't gain much traction on YouTube, gathering only about 3,000 views. Despite the lack of widespread recognition, Jessic never gave up. Music wasn't just a pastime for him, it was his life. While he wasn't a big-name artist, he poured his soul into every note, holding on to the hope that one day his hard work would pay off. What made their story even more heartwarming was how Jessic embraced Shannon's family from the start. He didn't just marry Shannon. He wholeheartedly welcomed her 3 children into his life as if they were his own. Jessic wasn't simply a stepfather. He became a father figure in every way that mattered. Whether it was helping with homework, cooking family meals, or driving the kids to school, Jessic was always present and engaged. In one of his Facebook posts, he expressed his deep gratitude for having children in his life. He wrote, "This young man right here makes my day so much fun. I prayed for a son, and God gave me the best, most handsome and entertaining little man he could ever bless me with. I love you so much, Cayman, and with every breath in our bodies, Mommy and I will protect and guide you the right way through life." Weekends were often spent outdoors at the park, playing games, or simply enjoying each other's company at home. Jessic's love for his family was evident in every action and word, making the bond he shared with Shannon and her children all the more special. Beyond their family obligations, Shannon and Jessic carved out special moments just for themselves. Their bond was strengthened through shared activities like shooting hoops and visiting the gun range, where they'd spend hours practicing their aim on training targets. To the social media world, they epitomized the picture-perfect family. Jessic's social media presence was a constant testament to his deep love for Shannon. His posts overflowed with heartfelt appreciation and tenderness, offering followers glimpses into their seemingly idyllic life together. He frequently praised Shannon's culinary skills, celebrating her homemade meals with genuine enthusiasm. In one particularly touching post, Jessic poured out his heart. "Each day, I sit in quiet reflection, thanking God for blessing me with such an extraordinary soul I call my wife. Regardless of life's challenges or whatever storms we face, I know you're my steadfast support, always wanting what's best for me. My love for you transcends any words or expressions, and I hope you'll always understand this depth of feeling. I wouldn't be the man and husband I am today without you, Mrs. Lacey." Despite their 9-year age gap, with Shannon being the elder, their relationship seemed to thrive. As the primary breadwinner, Shannon often showered Jessic with gifts. In January 2022, she surprised him with an Xbox, prompting another effusive post of gratitude on Facebook. From an outsider's perspective, Shannon and Jessic appeared to have it all: true love, a beautiful family, and an unwavering commitment to making their relationship work despite their hectic lives. However, as with many seemingly perfect stories, dark undercurrents lurked beneath the polished surface. What appeared to be a fairy tale romance would soon unravel in the most tragic way imaginable. The evening of June 1, 2022, at approximately 7 p.m., the tranquil atmosphere of the neighborhood was shattered by the sound of gunshots echoing from the Lacey residence. In the chaos that followed, Jessic Lacey made a frantic call to 911, his voice trembling as he claimed that he and his wife Shannon had shot each other, a statement that would leave investigators with more questions than answers. When law enforcement arrived at the scene, they encountered a devastating sight. Shannon Lacey lay motionless on the floor, having sustained multiple gunshot wounds to her head. Despite immediate efforts to perform CPR, it was too late to save her life. Nearby, they found Jessic, gravely wounded with a gunshot to his torso, desperately clinging to life. Emergency medical teams rushed Jessic to the hospital, where doctors immediately took him into surgery. For over a week, medical professionals fought tirelessly to save his life, monitoring his condition closely. However, despite their best efforts, the severity of his injuries proved too great. Just over a week after the incident, Jessic also passed away in the hospital. The Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office later classified both deaths as homicides. Shannon's caused by multiple gunshot wounds to the head, while Jessic's death was attributed to complications from his gunshot injury. In what could only be described as a small mercy, none of the couple's children were harmed during the incident, though they were left to face an unimaginable future without both their parents. The ripple effects of this tragedy spread quickly through the community. Neighbors, friends, and family members struggled to reconcile the violent end with the loving couple they thought they knew. The Lackeys had cultivated an image of a perfect relationship on social media, regularly sharing moments of joy, mutual respect, and devotion. But as the community grappled with their shocking deaths, people began to wonder what hidden struggles might have existed behind their carefully curated online presence. The case remains particularly mysterious because there were no witnesses to the events that unfolded that evening. Without anyone to corroborate what happened in those final moments, the community is left only with speculation about what could have triggered such a devastating outcome. The contrast between the Lackeys' public image and their tragic end serves as a sobering reminder that sometimes, even the most picture-perfect relationships may harbor unseen troubles. This incident not only robbed 2 lives but also left a permanent scar on the Wheatland Drive community, serving as a haunting reminder that domestic tragedies can occur even in seemingly ideal relationships. While questions about what truly happened that evening may never be fully answered, the impact of this event continues to resonate with all who knew the couple. Here's a more detailed, empathetic portrayal of this tragic aftermath. With the passing of both Shannon and Jessic, the full truth of what happened that fateful evening died with them. At the heart of many discussions was the couple's financial dynamic. Shannon, a dedicated mother, worked 2 jobs to support her family of 3 children and maintain their household. Meanwhile, Jessic was still pursuing his dreams in the music industry, a path that hadn't yet led to financial stability. This imbalance in financial responsibilities led many to wonder if it had created underlying tensions in their marriage. Shannon's role as the primary provider meant she carried a heavy burden, one that might have strained even the strongest of relationships. Some community members reflected on Shannon's motivations for marrying a younger man. As a single mother, she may have been drawn to the possibility of creating a complete family unit for her children. Jessic had shown willingness to step into the role of stepfather, and by all accounts, he appeared to genuinely care for her children. However, this led to questions about whether Shannon's deep desire to provide a stable family environment might have caused her to overlook potential issues in their relationship. In the aftermath of their deaths, online discussions revealed a growing skepticism about the nature of perfect relationships portrayed on social media. One poignant comment captured this sentiment: "There's no such thing as couple goals and the perfect relationship or marriage. People will always show what they want you to see, but behind closed doors, it's the total opposite of what's really going on." This observation resonated with many, highlighting how social media often presents a carefully curated version of reality. The Lackeys' frequent posts of happy moments, loving messages, and family harmony may have masked deeper struggles that were never shared publicly. Their story became a sobering reminder that what appears perfect online can sometimes conceal complicated truths. Perhaps the most heart-wrenching aspect of this tragedy is its impact on Shannon's 3 children. In one devastating moment, they lost their mother, the woman who had been their foundation, their biggest supporter, and their unwavering source of love and stability. Shannon wasn't just their mother, she was their rock, their cheerleader, and their constant protector. Her absence left an irreplaceable void in their lives. We would like to extend our heartfelt condolences to the friends, family, and loved ones of Shannon Lacey and her children. This profound and unimaginable loss has created a void that can never be filled. Our thoughts are with everyone who knew, loved, and cherished her as they navigate this incredibly difficult time. This case serves as a powerful reminder that relationships are far more complex than their public presentations suggest. While social media can showcase the happiest moments of a couple's life together, it rarely reveals the full spectrum of their struggles, fears, and challenges. The tragic end of Shannon and Jessic's relationship stands as a sobering testament to the fact that even seemingly perfect marriages can harbor hidden depths of conflict and pain. Their story continues to prompt important discussions about the nature of modern relationships, the pressure to maintain perfect appearances on social media, and the importance of recognizing and addressing problems before they escalate to tragic conclusions. While we may never know the full truth of what led to that fatal evening, their story serves as a powerful reminder to look beyond the surface of seemingly perfect relationships and to recognize that every couple faces their own private battles. Please subscribe the channel to stay updated about the future upload. Thank you for watching another video of Truth in Crimes. Share your thoughts about this heartbreaking case in the comments below. We value your input. We dedicate ourselves to delivering accurate and compelling true crime stories using information from reliable sources. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon with another captivating story.